Hey everyone, New12 here. Thank you guys for clicking on the video and watching the rest of my series if you have. If you haven't, go ahead and check them out. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe on my channel as well. It lets me know that people are enjoying the series so far because I know I am. But last time, the bombshell of Mion actually being born as Shion, the second daughter, and Shion being the first daughter, that was dropped, and that was big. That was really significant. I can never underplay that, because holy shit, that's insane. I still love Mion, of course. She's still amazing, which it just makes me care that much more about her, honestly. It really makes me empathize with her. Because now she bears this guilt of taking something that's not hers, and I can't even imagine how rough that is on her. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. I really don't want to, because I know it's probably not going to be anything good. Huh? You seem like you didn't get much sleep either, Mii-chan. Didn't you? Yeah, I didn't go to bed until 3 last night. I'm so tired. You went to bed at 3? You stayed up so late. Were you reading comic books or something? I've done that before, too. Were you up late because of the village leader? Is he still missing? Yeah. I went to the Furude Shrine to join the youth group and search for the village leader. Since I knew there was no way he would be found, it was really boring for me. Yeah, no shit, but you have to keep up that pretense. Well, I guess enduring sleepiness can't be that bad. Considering what Kimiyoshi had to go through all night last night, he has been hanging from the ceiling and he couldn't even fall asleep or sit down because he had to be on tiptoe the whole time. Oh, you fucking bitch! Oh, that's terrible. That's actual torture. Holy shit. Like, that's god-awful. Oh my god. I would have figured you'd let him down a little bit. God, I'd be so exhausted. The teacher explains to us that the village leader has been missing and asks us if we know anything. A couple of people say some things, but they're irrelevant. To me, the issue about the village leader means nothing, but it's all my classmates talk about. I observe Mayabara Keiichi. I have no idea if any type of danger is coming closer to him. Maybe I'll call him again tonight, pretending to be Shion. I told him some outrageous stuff last night, so he panicked. So I'm sure he has calmed down after a day. That's when I hear a little girl's laughter. It's Furude Rika, the last survivor of the Furude family and the current leader. However, she really isn't treated as a leader. She takes a nap in Grandma's bed or draws pictures during the relative meetings. She wasn't even invited to last night's meeting. It's hard to believe that such a little girl is responsible for part of the curse system. I doubt she is. I really do. I doubt she has anything to do with it. And speaking of curse system, what I actually initially believed would be Shion was involved in it. That's actually what I was thinking. But after, her talking about how she misses Satoshi and all that, I doubt she had any say in that. But I'm really suspicious of Rena, honestly. Like, I would not be surprised if she was involved with it. Same with Ire. Ire and Rena are my number 1 and 2 suspects. Oishi possibly 3rd, but I doubt that one. I don't think he is. He would be my 3rd, though. Of who is, like, behind it, like, mastermind-wise. That would be my top 3. However, even though she isn't in a respected position as a leader of the Furude family, there are plenty of elderly people who worship her as the reincarnation of Oyashiro-sama. I've heard from someone that Furude Rika is rather odd, and seems to behave as if she knows she is the reincarnation of Oyashiro-sama. Maybe Takano told me that at the library when she was alive. When Furude Riga becomes worried, elderly people who worship her make arrangements. That is very similar to what happens with the Sonozaki family, and it's also the same system used for the curse in Hinamizawa. I wonder if Furude knows something about the deaths of Takano and Tomitake. What does she think of people sneaking into the shrine storage? Does she know who snuck in and what happened to those people? Actually, just remembering, because I was thinking about Rena, being behind it. The only problem would be that she didn't come until last year. But I don't think they ever said when she left. Because I'm pretty sure she was born there, right? Pretty sure they said that. Yeah? No, it did, because she said she came back to Hinamizawa. She was born here. That's right. I don't remember when she left, though. She could have only been gone for like a year, maybe. Maybe less. But I would say Ire or Rena's behind a good majority of them. Or at least has a major role in why it's happening. Does she know who snuck in and what happened to those people? Yeah, I already said that, I'm pretty sure. As the one to manage the shrine storage, it is possible that she noticed the intruders first. In fact, she was the only one who could notice it. She must have passed on the information, and that was why the curse was executed. That foolish Keiichi turned the light on when we went into the shrine storage. That light switch could have been connected to some kind of an alarm, or just someone would have noticed. Furude Rika, the leader of the Furude family, maybe it's a good idea to get to know her. That doesn't mean torture. As the leader of the Furude family, how much do you know about the incident? Oh! That's right, Rika said that she'd protect Keiichi and all that. And that Mion was really upset. But it was really Shion that was upset. That makes sense. I ask her rather directly, and it's hard to tell if she understands I'm asking her as the substitute leader of the Sonozaki family, instead of Sonozaki Mion. Are you talking about Tomitake and Takano? Rika answers. The news hasn't come out in the public, yet she knows about it. I guess although she looks immature, she is truly the leader of the Furude family. That's the curse of Oyashiro-sama. I already know that. But it's not over yet, right? There should be still 2 more. Have you heard about what will happen to those 2? I try to make it vague to see how Rika Furude acts. Maybe I'm just thinking that she has nothing to do with the dark side of Hinamizawa because she is being treated like a child. First of all, Rika just said things about the incidents which normal people shouldn't know about anything about. That proves she is part of the network of the dark side. I don't think that matters anymore. She answers the question about Tomitake and Takano quickly, but she took a little time to answer this time. Did she have to think about the answer? Shit, she doesn't show any expressions. I can't tell what she is thinking. What do you mean? How can they get away with what they've done? I think if they feel bad about what they've done, that should be fine. Her response is unexpected, especially after seeing all the elderly men get furious last night. Obviously, a second generation's gonna feel differently. Or in this case, possibly even third. I mean, it's completely reasonable that generations and their expectations change. To trespassers on the shrine storage is like blasphemy against Oyashiro-sama. The elderly men said those intruders deserve to die. Yet the leader of the Furude family, who protects the sacred shrine storage, says that if they feel bad about it, that's fine. I remember how people thought of Furude Rika's father during the dam conflict. That's right. Her father was called an opportunist during the dam conflict. He didn't agree with the Guardians, who resisted violently during the dam conflict. Like father, like daughter, I guess. I aggressively grabbed Furude Rika by the collar. Oh. I'm glad we're resorting back to this method of just, pushing people around saying, do what I fucking say. Because there's no such thing as, diplomacy. Huh? What the heck are you talking about? You're pretty stupid, just like your predecessor, aren't you? The Furude family must understand better than anyone how sacred that shrine storage is. How could the leader of the Furude family say such a thing? I laugh at myself. I was told the same thing by someone before, and now I'm saying it to Rika. Yeah, no shit. Don't you know how serious a crime trespassing on the shrine storage is? The shrine storage is a very important place for Oyashiro-sama, so nobody can go in without permission. See, you know that, but those 4 people brought their filth in there. What bad kitties. Meow. Oh my god. That's right, bad cats. 2 cats have been caught and punished. There are 2 more. Meow. Oh my, fuck off, Rika. God damn it. How do you think they should be punished? Tell me as the leader of the Furude family. Rika really doesn't show any expressions. I can't tell what she is thinking. But while I grab her by the collar and stare at her, I can tell somehow. Rika is a little disturbed. I sense she is trying to see what I'm thinking. I want to forgive those 2 kitty cats. Why do they get away with what they've done? Me? What are you trying to say? That's a good question. Let me explain. Those 2 must compensate for what they've done. They have to clear their sins. Otherwise, Oyashiro-sama's anger won't calm down. Every crime must be punished appropriately. Do you understand? Oyashiro-sama doesn't get angry even if someone enters the shrine storage. Huh? What are you saying? The reason why nobody can see the shrine storage is because there are too many scary tools in there. I'm sure people would get scared if they saw them. That's why we don't let people see them. I'm sure those intruders were scared too. And I'm sure they feel bad about what they've done. Huh. So the reason Tomitake and Takano were punished has nothing to do with the shrine at all then, is what she's trying to say. So why were they punished? I just assumed that they always broke in the first chapter as well. And the third one. I just presumed that. Huh. Why were they killed then? They didn't perpetrate any crime against the village. If they're not considering trespassing a crime and punishable by the curse, then why were they chosen? Strange. I don't know. Huh. They're forgiven because they feel bad about what they've done. That's not for you to decide. That's what Oyashiro-sama decides. I'm a shrine maiden for Oyashiro-sama, don't you know? Of course I do. You aren't telling me that Oyashiro-sama told you that he isn't angry, are you? Rika nods yes, without hesitation. Ooh, sit the fuck down, Shion. Ha! I can't believe the lies she is coming up with. I'm not surprised, I'm shocked. Huh? That's why your parents died of the curse 2 years ago. Oyashiro-sama was angry because they don't deserve him. That's why he cursed your father. Oyashiro-sama would never do that. My father didn't die because of the curse of Oyashiro-sama. My god! Am I really talking to the last shrine maiden of the Furude family? Obviously Oyashiro-sama can't be at peace. You're supposed to worship Oyashiro-sama. This is so sad. I don't know why you're so angry, me. I realize. She is in a position to know as much as the other 3 family leaders. To prove that, she talks about this year's incidents like it's nothing. Yet she can feign ignorance with a serious face. She sure is something. She's even better than me. I slap her a few times and push her to the floor. But why not? Rika tumbles onto the floor. She looks up to me with tears in her eyes. This all happened because you wanted to change the shrine storage lock to something that was simpler, right? That's right. The old one was too hard, so I talked to Kimiyoshi and he changed it to a simpler one. If you left the heavy lock on, maybe that would have prevented the trespass. You are at fault too. Don't forget that. Of course the Kimiyoshi family who changed the lock is responsible for this too. That last part was something I added on a whim. Of course it is. I added it to connect Rika's story to the disappearance of Kimiyoshi. I want to pressure Rika psychologically by doing so. The leader of the Kimiyoshi family had to pay for his crime. That's why he disappeared. The leader of the Furude family has to pay for her crime, you know. Rika's still on the floor, tears pouring down her cheek. Oh, don't be mean to Rika. That's mean. Stop it. Stop it. Stop. She's still young. Come on. Mayabara Keiichi is the last one. I guess the Furude family would take care of him. I don't know anything. You don't need to know anything, do you? You just have to look worried. That's all it takes. That's how it is at our house, too. Anyway, good luck. What? Rika hangs her head. She seems to want to say something, but she is afraid that I may be rough with her again. I doubt Furude Rika is actually at the top of the curse system like Grandma. However, she is the one of the three families, and she is a lot closer to the dark side than I am. Now the dark side of Hinamizawa is well aware of Mayabara Keiichi. I told the elderly leaders in the village yesterday in the meeting that Mayabara Keiichi is the last one left. I just told the leader of the Furude family the same thing threateningly. If my threat was effective, the curse of Oyashiro-sama should fall upon Mayabara Keiichi very soon. And at the right timing, I'll grab my enemy as he takes my bait. If an assassin comes from Furude Rika's side, this one has committed the same sin as Grandma. When that time comes, I won't hold back. I'm going to make sure she suffers and then kill her. Wow! Fuck you! Holy shit! I've heard of a torture when you pound dozens of nails into the victim's fingers. Fuck! No! Don't bring that one up again. I already found a restraining table and the tools for it. When the time comes, I'll pound nails into your fingers. Oh my god! The fuck is wrong with you? Holy shit. She is a small child. What the hell? My gruesome anticipation radiates out from my eyes and scares Rika even more. Holy fuck no. Yeah? Yeah? Jesus. I wonder how Kimiyoshi is doing. Probably fucking dead. Or at least exhausted. I don't think he died from tiptoeing all night, but sometimes a human can go very easily. He already told me everything I wanted to hear, and I know he doesn't know anything else. Also, I know he's responsible for spreading the system of the curse of Oyashiro-sama. His crime is very serious. I really liked Father Kimiyoshi. But fuck the old bastard. I'm gonna kill him. He was always nice to me. Grandma was tough with relatives, and that's why he was extra nice to me. When we talked yesterday, I was so happy to hear him say you would forgive Shion. He even said that he would fight Grandma to save Shion. That made me very happy. Don't worry. If Shion feels bad about what she has done, she won't be demoned away. Leave it to me. I felt such warmth inside of me. I almost shivered. I was so happy yet very sad. He continued to say that Satoshi deserved to die. He said those nice things because he wanted to make Mion happy since she was worried about Shion. Satoshi deserved to die because he was a member of the cursed Hojo family, but Shion was of the Sonozaki family did not. That's what he meant. In other words, to the leaders of the village, including Kimiyoshi, the Hojo family members are more contemptible than insects. They don't care if they live or die, and I will never, ever say that is okay. I don't believe their children should be affected. Even the aunt and uncle, even though they are terrible human beings, I don't think they should be based just because they're a Hojo family member. Regardless, I don't care. Their parents are fair game because they were the ones that had that position. They're fair game to be enemy. Their children shouldn't be pawns in their little game. However, I don't get to decide the rules. It's a bunch of elderly people that decide those rules, and they're more traditionalist. Thus, the kids are cut from the same cloth in that sense, that they'll turn out the same way. Which sucks. They should be able to have their own voice and see what they truly desire, because what if Satoshi actually liked the village and such like that? What if he would have been against the Dam Project? That sort of stuff. Regardless, I don't think they should be affected by it, Satoshi or Satoko. Same with the aunt and uncle. They should be left alone just because of their family. They shouldn't be targeted because of that. They can be targeted, however, due to their terrible behaviors. If Satoshi, say, broke into a shrine storage, if that was a demoning away offense, then he can be demoned away. Kiyoshi and the others' sin is that they despised the Hojo family and let that hatred spread all over the village. Therefore, everyone in the village deserves to be a victim of the curse of Oyashiro-sama. Kiyoshi and the others created an environment that executes murder in the name of Oyashiro-sama. And if that is so, if Takano and Tomitake hadn't committed the serious crime of trespassing on the shrine storage, then Hojo Satoko, the last survivor of the Hojo family, and Hojo Tepe, who has been hiding in Okinomiya, might have been the victims. Hojo Satoko. She was always with Satoshi. She expected Satoshi to help her every time she cried. I don't think that she expected it, I think she was more trained in that sense that he always protected her. So it's not an expectation, it's more of a force of habit, I would guess. And it's still very terrible. I know, I can understand where she was coming, that's what you think underneath. Like, I understand that. Because people have those innate feelings, like, just spur of the moment, like, I want to take care of myself because I have that all the time. I mainly feed into that. But then I also go out of my way to help other people as well, in a lot of cases. Because that's just the thing you have to do. I'll give a little bit of backstory. I used to help at, like, nursing homes with really old people that, usually suffered from dementia, Alzheimer's, that people didn't have family to visit them. And it was sad as shit. And usually I went early Saturdays, Sundays, because I had to go to school on the weekdays. But I also volunteered on the weekends. Of course, I would have much rather slept in, played video games, but it was a very nice feeling to know that I was giving them joy. And I grew a lot of connections, and it sucks because you don't know how long they have to live. That's what's the worst part about that is. And it sucks because you can't really get too attached to people because given their age bracket, there's not a lot of hope of going a lot longer. And it sucks. But the whole point is you can help other people out of the goodness of your heart. Even though you don't want to, you still do. That's just how humans are, generally. Unless you're a complete sociopath. And you'd have no human emotions at all. Which I'm thinking Shion is. I think she's a straight up sociopath. Except she does feel love, which is the one emotion she feels. And sadness. And sometimes wrath, I would say. But generally speaking, she lacks a lot of major emotions. Anyways, after that sappy story, she was one of the people who cornered him. Don't know why I can't read cornered. If Satoko wasn't that much of a burden to him, Satoshi wouldn't have killed his aunt. There's a lot of contingencies with that. Like, a lot. Somebody told Satoshi to kill his aunt. And to hide the evidence of his connection to the mastermind, Satoshi was demoned away. That's what Oishi thinks. If Satoshi hadn't killed his aunt, maybe he wouldn't have been chosen as last year's victim. That's unlikely. I really do. I think it was kind of set in stone. I think he still would have. Because the command was vague, the curse of Oyashiro-sama fell upon the Hojo family as a whole. It didn't matter which family member of the family would die. His aunt had a terrible reputation in the neighborhood. She didn't communicate with her neighbors. She was always hysterical and there was nothing nice about her. Even if Satoshi didn't kill her, the curse would have fallen upon her sooner or later. Her aunt was the first victim, and there needed to be another Hojo to calm the curse. According to the rumor, his uncle was living somewhere in Okinomiya with his lover. However, Okinomiya is a little different from Hinamizawa. Of course, the Sonozaki family is powerful there as well, but it is more difficult in Okinomiya to demon someone away. Makes sense. So naturally, Satoshi and Satoko, who were in Hinamizawa, became targets. Which one should be cursed? Obviously the easier one to get, which would be Satoshi. Because he was commuting between Okinomiya and Hinamizawa, it's very easy to stop him on that road and tell him to get the fuck out of town. That's simple. Satoko, of course, she's snobby and lacks manners. And actually, no, you could also turn the tables. It should be Satoshi because he's older. And he was closer to his parents. Everyone in the neighborhood likes Satoshi. That doesn't matter. People probably like the priest, maybe. Possibly. Who knows? Or like just the Furude family as a whole. I'm sure Rika liked her parents. Maybe not her mother, but her father possibly. But the point being, it doesn't matter who everyone likes. Like is a very relative term. Even if he was the son of the Hojo couple who betrayed the village during the dam conflict. Compared to Satoko, he didn't deserve to die. That's coming from your very biased point of view. Therefore, the actual victims of the last year's curse should have been his aunt and Satoko. Satoshi is all alone suddenly. But his mean aunt and mean uncle are gone. Oh god, I would feel terrible for him because it's almost like his life revolved around Satoko, so if you took that away from him, I don't think he'd know what he'd do. I really don't. His sister, who was a burden to him all his life, is gone too. Satoshi is such a nice person, he'll be sad. Although he realizes he is finally free. But time will heal him. I'll help him. It's extremely narcissistic point of view you're taking. Or at least Shion's taking at this point. It's complete... She has good intentions. I will say that. She has good intentions. The means don't justify the ends in this case. You can't get rid of Satoko to make him happy. It's going to make him extremely depressed. He's going to regret his life. He would have said, why wasn't it me who died instead? His life. He will never cope with that. Most people with survivor's guilt never are fully able to cope with that. Ever. It just doesn't happen. And it's extremely narcissistic to think that you, a not trained professional, will help him through the pain. Sure, you love him and all. You're still not a trained professional. Trained professionals need to handle cases of extreme emotional trauma. It's just something that needs to be worked out between a trained professional and the patient. You can't do it yourself. Don't self-diagnose. Or think you're being like, just the couch therapist that I'm helping him. You're not. You're probably only making the situation worse. And if anyone has real problems, now I'm speaking actually to everyone watching, go get help. Or at least try to get help. Don't ever try to internalize something major. You can internalize the minor stuff, of course, but major stuff like losing a loved one, losing a family member that's extremely close, definitely try to seek help if it's still affecting you. No, it's really hard to cope with. I can understand that, but try to seek professional help as much as possible if it really affects you. And as much as people like to help other people, the best thing to do with people who have, gone through a lot of stuff in their life, if you're friends with them, tell them to seek help. Don't try to... You can be there for them all day long. I completely support that. You can be their support group, but they still need to seek professional help. Because nothing will really get over them. Nothing you say will truly help them get over it. 100%. It's just not going to happen. And then they're just going to be pushing it down until one day it just resurfaces, possibly. I'm not saying in every case, just in 98% of the cases, probably. I'm not a doctor. I'm just spouting off the top of my head, but I do believe that. the best way to get help is go to therapy. Talk to a professional and stuff like that. If you have the money, of course. I know it's expensive, but it's definitely the best way to get emotions out and deal with stuff and move on with your life.